EA Sports, within the game. Got one guy going boom, the other guy going whap, and the guy trying to run it in for the score, and he's going nowhere.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions. Two teams here fresh off week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. Carr going to throw right away. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. To throw is Carr. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. The Lions are 1-0 on the year following the win in week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. Give them the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Carr. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
They run with a second-round pick from Iowa State. This is Breece Hall. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now, this defense for the Lions, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Washington. Tyquan Thornton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone...
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Commanders are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. Now Jackson. Slant route, and he finds Thornton. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw taken in by Thornton. Touchdown! Tyquan Thornton. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Commanders have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for Detroit. 54 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll take us to the end of the first quarter. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Williams again, but he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Now Carr. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker Quan Alexander. Cade York on now for the field goal. This a 33-yard attempt. York able to send this one through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Now Hall to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
From the 30 on second down, Jackson. This pass out wide to Hall. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Jackson looking to throw on third. He's got his man, Thornton. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball. Now
Jackson on first down. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They run it with Hall off the option. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Dexter Lawrence that time in on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Jackson. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A heck of an effort there on the scramble. Leaves him with just 3rd and a yard. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down. Makes it manageable now.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. They'll run with Hall. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They go play action now. Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Escaping the pressure right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Third and goal, Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
And his kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Carr. That's complete to Lazard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. From just shy of midfield, Carr. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Carr again. Rolling to his left. Got a man, that's Lazard. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Into the red zone, it's Carr. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. He'll find Gabriel Davis. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. Flushed out right. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Washington. Tyquan Thornton, 75 yards. And the Commanders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Carr will try it again on 2nd down. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. He's got a man, complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 32 that time. Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 10 yards there, good for a Washington 1st down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Out left and complete to Thornton. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
And a check down complete to Hall. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Back to the ground with Hall. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Jackson being chased out left. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Scotty Miller. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And he returns this to the 22. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual. His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Slings this deep for McLaurin. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
But we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
And bringing it in, it's Davis. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Now Carr. Finds Lazard quickly on the slant. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Tyquan Thornton from 10 yards out. And the Commanders are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Right back to Davis. It's complete. And in for the Lions touchdown. Gabriel Davis 31 yards. And the Lions are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 45 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
The tackle credited to Deshaun Elliott, the safety.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Option play. Here's Hall. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The offense on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And he'll get credit for a punt inside the 20, not by much, but inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And that is caught. It's Davis. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Boy, 30 more yards and another 1st down. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And it's caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Williams is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Touchdown! Logan Thomas, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, 4th quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
They go play action with Jackson. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A give running right is Hall. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. This one swung out to Williams. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard.
And my goodness, another interception. William Jackson with a pick. And the Commanders will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Here's Jackson to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. All again on 2nd down. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He's going to air one out. And this one is incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, that has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And he is going to be stopped here at the line of scrimmage, and time is going to expire in this football game.
So it's Washington getting the victory here.
And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit